Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris here, the author of the Vengeance series over at vengeancebooks.com, and I just wanted to give you guys a quick trading card game update. I took a little bit of a break from making cards, but since I finished writing The Garden, I've been working on some smaller projects, some just kind of keeping up with the demand of my brain, and I started having a lot of ideas for different trading cards, and I've been writing them down on my phone while I was at work, and I've started working on them. So I've also updated the rules a little bit, just kind of made some slight modifications, but nothing crazy. This is the all cards folder. This isn't everything I still have to move because I have them organized by card type. I still have to move a few new ones into there. But for now, we have these two card sets. Wave 1 is like the original launch of cards. And Wave 2 is what I started doing after the original launch. And I still think what I plan on doing is making booster sets and structured decks. And I still want to do that, but I want to make sure that the cards are in a good enough spot where I don't have to like, oh, I added them, then I removed them, or what I did with the fighters, where I had the old fighter cards, or like the old exchange before I like changed how the exchanges work. I had to like remove all those again. I had the old fighter card design, the old ally card design. So I didn't want to have to add all these cards into Game Crafter and try to put them up for sale. Just have to take them down and fix stuff. So I'm really making sure I have it all pretty much ironed out. So we have Wave 1. Also, I stopped doing these special. I'm not going to do these, at least for now. But this is Wave 1, all of the cards, and there are 228 cards in this set. This is most of the fighters, most of the allies, most of the environments, and most of everything, 'cause this was when I was first making them. And I had to make sure that all the effects, my biggest issue was making sure that the effects were worded properly and consistently. And there will definitely be some cards where the wording is a slightly different but means the same thing just because I'm inconsistent. Or there will be moments where something isn't, I just thought that said cuckold. There'll be moments where like the parentheses aren't matching the same as some other cards, or they do the same thing, and that's just user error. But yeah, it's all whatever. So yeah, there's 229 cards here, and then we go over to Wave 2, which has been a lot of the recent stuff, and there are 72 cards. So I've been focusing a lot on making new relics. Right there's another relic, some more relics in here, some more instant cards. Trying to figure out some different ways for other cards to get support, and kind of approaching it in the way that, like, you know, you have Yu-Gi-Oh! Where one card leads to another card, and then if you have multiple cards, you get different effects. So I wanted to have stuff like, you know, this is the second version of Kim. So, this one is focused, yeah, because I also went through and I did different versions with different art. So it's still labeled as Kim Avery, but the artwork is different, and it's a different card effect. Where the hell did K put me? Okay, over here. So then you have this Kim, which does something different than the other one. And this one has more synchronicity with like more support. So when this card said, you could add one Tansu or Joey from your deck to your hand, and that just kind of helps you, you know, build up your board a little bit. And then you have Kim, who also has nothing, which I want to do different artwork for, but that's kind of a stand-in. You can only set this card while Kim Avery is on your field. Equip this card to Kim Avery. If Kim Avery leaves the field, send this card to the discard zone. This card can't be in the defender, so it's cards that have synchronicity that work together. And I really want to have it be not like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you're doing a whole bunch of combos, but to where it's not so straightforward as just like, I activate an action card, I set this card in the field, and they make my fighter stronger. I want them to do different things and have different utilities. There's different gameplay mechanics but it still rides the line of being predictable gameplay mechanics. There's different cards that also have synchronicity that work with, like the Dutiful Pragmatic. This card can only be activated if your fighter is Magcro. So this is a Magcro exclusive card, and you attack for CP. If this card deals at least half intended damage, you skip your opponent's next turn. So there's some powerful cards that can only be used with certain fighters. This one can only be used for Alice. Attack for CP. If this attack deals damage, this card gains life equal to one face-up ally card you control. Actually, I have to fix that. What an idiot. That's a misspelling. It would be your fighter gains life equal to one face up ally card you control. So what I do with that is take this, put it in the fix category, because a lot of times I'll write stuff up and I go, oh, whoops, that was a mistake. This card can only be activated if your fighter is Minerva. Attack for CP. If this attack is successful, your fighter gains 1 CP for every card in both discard zones. And then, like I said, I want to take some relics. If an ally card you control is removed from the field for any reason, your fighter gains 50 life, which this right here immediately is synchronistic with Tansu, because Tansu's card is when this card is removed from the field for any reason except exiled, your fighter gains 100 life. That immediately, if you have both of those, then you're making your fighter gain 150 life. See, if an ally card, so they work together. If your fighter gains 5 strength and 5 mind while this card's face up on the field. When this card is set, gain 10 life. This goes with Era. So when an ally card is flipped face down, you can return this card to the hand, then shuffle that flipped ally card into the deck, and Era has an effect that flips a card face down. So while this relic is placed on the field, your opponent loses 1 mind for every card in both discard zones. If their mind is 0 while this card is face up during the draw phase, they must reveal the card they drew. So I'm just trying to add a little bit more strategy so the decks can have some variation to them, so it's not just fill it with physical action cards and instant cards and then just beat your opponent down. So I'm also trying to get some different environments. Once during each draw phase, the turn player can draw 2 cards instead of 1, but they can't declare any attacks or interact with the support zone for the rest of the turn. Obviously, it puts us at 302. I have 302 cards, which is pretty good. Now, a lot of those aren't going to the deck. You have your fighter cards, you have your environment cards, but I did do away with pretty much all of the side deck except for your Ascend card and your environments. So there's no longer tiered cards. It just makes it a lot less annoying to like separate your cards or whatever. But yeah, so just a quick update on the card game. As far as the playing field, that hasn't changed. The playing field is still the same. The only thing I wanted to do, I was debating on doing, was switching the counter zone and the support zone, just going like supports are up here, counters are down here. So I kind of thinking about doing that, but it was too much of a pain in the ass because I don't have this raw file. So in order to switch those, it would fuck up where the bloodstains are. So I'd have to redo this whole thing just to switch those zones. Or I could always go through and just like cut out the text and put the text here. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just cut out the text and switch the texts. Yeah, that'll be a quick, easy fix. Actually, now I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Yeah, I think that's mostly it. A lot of what I've been doing is having these templates to build the stuff, which is kind of, again, is a huge pain in the ass. But yeah, that's a quick trading card update. So I think there are structure decks live right now, but I do need to spend the time and go through and actually build new structure decks, build different card collections for booster packs, and then put those up. And I have to buy each one to test them before they can go on sale. Yeah, when I have money, I'll do that. So thank you guys for watching. Enjoy, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one.